In this fourth episode, we're going to continue to work on our website. This time we're going to concentrate on the About page, so let's double click that. What I want to do is to split the page into 3 sections. I want some text on the left, a YouTube video on the right, and some images going across the bottom. So to add the text, I'm first going to go to the toolbar and click on HTML text frame tool. I'm just going to place it in the top left, and I'm just going to add some text. Now, given that this is heading, I'm going to make sure that WebPlus knows that by clicking on the Style drop down and choosing Heading 1. You can continue to change the format if you want, so I'm going to make it smaller and make it blue and justify it to the left. I'm going to continue to add some more text. I don't actually have the text ready at the moment, but in order to make sure that I've got a good layout set up, I'm going to insert some placeholder text. So I'm going to go to Insert and Fill with Placeholder Text. And it's just basically dummy text that you can use whenever you are laying out a web page, and it will just fill the space and help you get your layout going. Okay, so I'm just going to change the size down to 10. Now if you find that you need more placeholder text, again you can just go Insert and Fill with Placeholder Text. Now the big difference between placeholder text and just writing random words is that none of this is highlighted as spelling errors, and the style is placeholder until you change it. Okay, so now I'm going to add a YouTube video, and the first thing that I need is the actual web address of the YouTube video. So I'm just going to go to Internet Explorer, and I'm going to go to the video that I want, and I'm just going to copy the address of the video from my browser. And back in WebPlus, I'm just going to go to the toolbar and click Insert YouTube Video, and here it will ask me for the ID of the YouTube video or the link or the embed code, and I'm just going to paste in the address that we just copied. You can select various options from this box. I'm just going to leave it in the default manner. Now the one thing you'll notice is that if you ever go back to edit this, it will remove that first part and only just keep the unique identifier of the video, and that's fine. So I'm just going to click OK and paste the video. Okay, so let's just quickly preview that. Okay, and there's our text to the left, and there's our video on the right, and if I click play, it should start playing. Excellent. So now I'm going to add the pictures that I want to the bottom of the web page. So I go to the toolbar and click Import Picture. You just navigate to wherever your pictures are, and you can just select them. So I want these 4. So I'm just going to hold down Shift, the first one and the last one, and it will select them all. And click Open. And I'm just going to paste them on the page. Now, as you can tell, these images are far too big for the web page. They almost take up the entire web page width. So what I want to do is to size them down to something appropriate. I'm just going to take the first one and just move it to the right. Now, in the transform panel, you've got this little, almost like a chain thing. You can either uncheck it and you can check it. When it's unchecked, you can change the width and the height won't change. And when you check it and you can see these 2 lines, then the ratio is locked. So when you change the width, the height will change proportionately as well. So I want the width to be 200, and it's in pixels. So once I change the 200 and I move to the next field, it will automatically change the height correspondingly. So once I'm happy with one image's size, what I can do is holding Shift, I'll select the other images, and then the very last image will be the one that I'm happy with. Then I'm just going to right click, arrange, size objects, and check same horizontal size and same vertical size, and click OK. And that will convert the other 3 images to the exact same dimensions as that one. Okay, so I'm just going to line them up on my page. Okay, and you can see those red lines were the dynamic guides, just helping me to make sure that I've got all the images at the same vertical point. What I'm going to do is take the left one and just move it right to that left guide, and the right one is already aligned to that right guide. I'm just going to select them all. In the align panel in the bottom right, I'm going to hit space evenly across. Now you can see all the images are nicely spread out. Now what I want is just to add some text to the bottom. So again, I'm just going to use the HTML text frame tool and just add a very small amount of placeholder text. And holding down the control key, I'm just going to move it across and so that I've got some just for all of the images. Okay, so now I want the first image so that when I click on it, it shows a bigger version and it shows it in a lightbox mode. That is, it sort of darkens the rest of the browser and keeps the image in focus so that it looks more prominent. So what I'm going to do is right click the picture and go to hyperlink, picture, and where it says type under target, windows or frame, I'm going to choose lightbox. I'm going to click OK, and let's just view that. Now when I click on it, I can see a much bigger image in the lightbox mode. You can see the background is darkened. I'm just going to close that. You can change the properties of the lightbox by going to File, Site Properties, and then Lightbox. So you can change the border type, the button colors that appear, and the caption settings and any background settings, and then you can preview them in the lightbox. So here you can see the background, although it's black, because it's 50% opacity, it still looks sort of far too transparent. So we can change that by changing the opacity, example, to 90%, and then just preview that, and you can see it's much darker. We can also change the color of the buttons, the caption, whether we want a play button or not. So I'm just happy with just that one minor change. You can change the border type as well. So let's just go for a black, thick and curved one and see what that looks like. Actually, that looks quite nice as well. It looks quite defocused and it matches the black. I'm just going to click OK and click OK again. Now there's no built-in method within WebPlus X5 to get a YouTube video to show this part and then have it go to a lightbox. You can have a hyperlink and then you can click on that and that will show a video in a lightbox. But if you want this, you can either snap an image and then paste it there, or what you can do is you can leave that there, go to the YouTube video, click on share, click on embed, and then you just want this code from the HTTP to just before the quote. Now you can't select it with your mouse. What you can do is using the arrow keys on the keyboard, go to the before the H, hold down shift, go all the way to the right just before that last quote and press Ctrl C to copy. Okay, so I'm just going to close that. And now I'm going to place a hotspot just over the video and click under hyperlinks internet page and paste that in. And again, for target window or frame type, I'm going to choose lightbox. I'm going to click OK, and let's just preview that. And now when I press play, you can actually see the video in a very nice lightbox display. You can see the background is a lot more darkened out, so you've got a lot more focus on the video. So I can just close that, and again it will be exactly the same for the image as well. The background is a lot more darkened out and you've got much more focus on the image. For the second image, I'm going to do something different. I'm going to add a button beneath the text, and when that's clicked on, I want almost like a little business card pop up in the center of the screen. And I'm going to use a new feature in WebPlus X5 called panels to achieve this. So I'm just going to go to the toolbar and click Insert Panel. I'm going to give the panel a name. I can give it any type of background. I can design my own in the same way that we design a button or the menu, or I can just choose one of the preset ones. So I'm just going to go with this one. And I want the panel to appear right in the center of the screen, so I'm going to check Align Panel to browse a window, make sure horizontally it's in the center and vertically it's in the middle. I'm just going to click OK. I can just drag the panel out. I'm just going to add the information I want to this panel. So I'm just going to zoom in. I'm going to add some text. I'm just going to make it white. I'm just going to add some icons from the gallery. I'm just going to copy this HTML text frame by holding down Control. Just going to move it just about there. I'm going to make another copy and holding down Shift to make sure it's just been sort of vertically in line with that one. And just one more. If it's not perfectly in line, you can just use the arrow keys to nudge it down. Okay, and that's pretty much all the information I'm going to add. You can add as much as you need. Now the next thing I need is when this form opens, there has to be a way for visitors to close it. Now, so I'm going to add just a little cross in the top right. So I'm just going to go to the icon set and just grab this cancel button and just move it there. Now at the moment it's just a graphic, it won't actually do anything if you click on it. So I'm going to apply an action to it that will help close the panel. So I'm just going to right click, Actions, Add, and out the three options I want it to be a visibility related action, and I want it to apply to the business card, and I'm going to make it hide on click. So when we click it, it will hide the business card panel. And I'm just going to click OK and OK again. And that's our panel done. Now we don't want the panel to just simply appear on the screen as soon as the web page opens. We want it to be hidden until the button is clicked. So I'm going to click on the panel, and at the top I'm going to click Hide Panel. Now when you hide a panel, you get this circle with a white question mark in the center indicating that there's a panel on the page that is hidden. You can pretty much move it anywhere because when the panel appears it will be in the center of the page. So now I'm going to add the button that will make the panel visible. So I'm going to the toolbar and Insert Button. Again, you can either create your own button or you can use one of the predefined buttons. In this instance I'm just going to go with a predefined button. I'm going to change the label to Business Card. And click OK and just put it on the page. And again, I'm going to add an action to that button so that it will open up the panel. I'm just going to right click, Actions, Add, Visibility, apply to panel ID business card. I want it to be show on click, so when you click on it, show the panel, and then hide the panel if the visitor clicks elsewhere. And I'm just going to click OK and OK again, and let's just preview that. Okay, and there's a button, and I'm just going to click on it, and up pops a business card. If I click anywhere else, it will disappear, and if I click on the cancel button, it will also disappear. So that's a good way of using a panel to display additional information that maybe you don't have space for, or maybe you think will look nicer in that format. For the third image, we're going to add a button beneath it, and when we click on it, we want to see a list of options of, say for example, different lessons or different resources that are available, and when we click on them, it will take us to those websites. So I'm just going to add a button from the toolbar. We'll use the same one as we did previously. Just going to call it View Resources, and there will be no actions from here. So I'm just going to click OK and just place it there. So I'm just going to zoom in, and I'm just going to right click on it and go to pop-up menu. Now in this instance, the hyperlinks that I want in this menu won't be from within the site, so I'm going to create a custom menu. I'm just going to check show a pop-up menu of navigation links for this object, and rather than based on site structure, I'm going to use custom. I'm just going to delete all of these links. Do you want to delete all the entries in the current navigation tree? Okay, and I'm going to edit the first one, and I'm going to make it an internet page, and I'm going to set it to iplus360.com, and I'm going to make the type a new window, so it will display in a new window, and the title just to be iplus360, and click OK. I'm going to do one more. Again, internet page address, this time will be www.serif.com, target window or frame type, new window, title serif. I'm just going to click OK, and that's all I need to do for this custom navigation. Now I'm going to go to menu appearance, and you can change the fonts, you can change the font size, and you can change a lot of the appearance of the menu from here. I'm just going to make a few tweaks. I want the text color to be white, I want the background to be our blue, and when we hover over it, I want the text to be blue and the background to be grey. So just like that. And then you just click OK. I'm just going to preview that. We scroll to the bottom, you can see there's already something attached because of the arrow. When we hover over it, we can see our menu selection. So if I just press iPlus360, it will then just open a new window taking you to that website. And similarly, if I went to Serif, it will take us to the Serif website. Okay, and that's pretty much our about page done. We've added our text, we've added a YouTube video that opens in a lightbox, an image that opens in a lightbox, a panel with a business card in it, and a pop-up menu. I'll leave the fourth one as it is, and then when the file becomes available for download, you can use that to test out some new things that you want to try. So the next video will be out again in 1 to 2 days, and we'll be looking at the home page.